What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Zoe, and today I'm talking about all of the books that I plan to read in the month of September. It's fall! Is it fall? Is it officially fall? September feels like fall to me. That is back home where all the leaves start changing and it starts getting colder, so I'm calling it fall. It's fall. September's fall. The fall is my favorite time to read because it just evokes all of the spooky reads, like the atmospheric reads, and I'm just really excited to pick up some really awesome books. I do have a handful of buddy reads this month that I'm really excited to talk about, as well as just some books that have been sitting on my TBR shelf for a long time. I'm also doing a video right now that has a secret TBR, which contains these 3 books, but I can't show you what they are, so you'll have to tune in next week for my video. One of the first things that I am so excited to pick up in the month of September is The Promised Neverland Volume 6. I love this manga so much. Also, this cover is just dope. I love the color purple and like the orange lettering. It just is everything. I have been obsessed with this manga for the longest time. I talk about it a lot. Really quickly, it follows the story of these children that are orphans that are being raised by this figure they call mom, and she's seemingly really wonderful and sweet and everything is happy-go-lucky, but really they are being farmed for meat for these demons, and it's crazy. We follow them as they try to escape, and it's an adventure, to say the least. Like I said, I love this manga. I can't talk about it enough, and I'm just loving where it's going right now. It's so full of action right now that I just can't put it down, and yeah, I think it's safe to say that this is my favorite manga of all time. I just love it so much. The next book that I'm really looking forward to reading is Pumpkinheads. This is by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks, and this is a graphic novel that I think looks so cute. I'm super excited because my book club actually picked this to read this month, and I'm really just looking forward to something a little bit easier to read. I didn't read a graphic novel at all last month, so I'm really looking forward to this one. It follows the story of Deja and Josiah, who are seasonal best friends. All throughout high school, every single autumn, they work together at this pumpkin patch. So they would work the pumpkin patch from September 1st until the end of Halloween, and then they would say goodbye, but then they would reunite again once September came around. Although this time it's different because they're both seniors, and this will be their last time working together ever. So this actually follows them on their last night together, and I just think it sounds so cute, and I hope it's kind of romantic, and I just am really excited. It also looks like there's some awesome representation in this, so I am just so here for this. I'm going to be picking this up very soon. I'm also reading a couple fantasies this month, which is so weird for me to say because you guys know I'm not that much of a fantasy reader, but I am looking forward to these. They're both buddy reads. So the first fantasy, I think this is fantasy. If it's not and it's magical realism, forgive me, but the first fantasy that I'm reading as a buddy read is The Raven Boys. This is by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the first book of the Raven Cycle series, and I never thought I would be reading this book. 2 of my best bookish friends here on BookTube and Bookstagram, Kaylin from Kaylin Abridged and Liv from Liv's Library, we wanted to do a buddy read together, and it started off really innocent, like, oh, let's read something easy together, like a manga, and then it turned into, let's read an entire fantasy series together. So I'm really excited to read this with them. I tend to enjoy fantasy books a little bit more when I am reading them with other people because I'm able to get help when I don't understand things or don't follow things or don't understand the world. And it's not like a giant book. There are more in the series. I know that this is really beloved and I am looking forward to reading it. I just never thought I would read it. So here we go. I honestly don't know what this is about. It follows Blue, who has a clairvoyant mother, but Blue doesn't have that gift until this boy emerges from the dark and speaks to her. His name is Gansey. He's a rich student at a private school, and Blue has a policy of staying away from these types of boys, apparently. But she, of course, is drawn to him, so she can't stay away. Sounds like it sends them on a quest with a couple of other boys from this private school. They're known as the Raven Boys, and for her whole life, Blue has been warned that she will cause her true love love to die. She doesn't believe in true love, but you know, these boys are coming along and something's probably bound to happen. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm nervous. We'll see how it goes. The next fantasy book that I am buddy reading is Serpent and Dove. This is by Shelby Marin, and I don't have it yet because it actually hasn't come out yet. It comes out in like 2 days, but I'll put a little picture right here. It looks super cool. Again, this is a book that when people start talking about it, I'm like tuning out because I have no interest. The cover doesn't get me, the title doesn't get me, and then when I read the description, it got me. So this follows the story of a girl who fled her coven 2 years ago and took shelter in this city. She ended up just living off of anything that she could steal. She ends up meeting this guy who is a huntsman of the church, and this guy lives by one principle apparently, and that is thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. So he's a huntsman, he doesn't like witches, but he ends up marrying this witch. So it sounds kind of cool. I am a fan of like witchy stories, so I think I'll actually really enjoy it. It kind of sounds like forbidden love, which I don't read a lot about, but I do enjoy. So I'm actually really looking forward to this one as well. I think it just sounds really cool, and it's the perfect book to segue into fall and soon to October. I can't wait. That's a pretty good amount of books for me to read in 1 month, and I'm confident that I can read all of them. But one other that I am just dying to get to is The Silent Patient by Alex McLeod. This has been a very loved book so far, it seems like. It's very hyped, definitely. All I know is that it follows the story of this husband and wife, and the husband returns home one day and the wife shoots him 5 times and then she goes silent. And no one knows why she did it or what happened, but they are trying to get her to talk so they can figure it out. That's all I know. I don't want to read more. There's plenty of information in the jacket with the description, but the less I know, the better when it comes to mystery thriller books, because I just want to be surprised. So yeah, I've heard good things. I've heard that there's some pretty good twists. I've also heard that the chapters are short, which I love. I will fly through books if they have short chapters. So overall, this one has piqued my interest, and I'm really looking forward to getting to this one too. So there you have it. Those are all the books that I hopefully am going to read in September. I also think I'll probably end up reading more, but you'll have to just tune in to my wrap-up video next month to find out. All right, y'all. Well, I love you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are, and I'll talk to you soon in my next video. Bye!
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.